Baxter the Beagle was not your ordinary dog. While most dogs might chase mailmen or bark at squirrels, Baxter had a routine that would put the quirkiest humans to shame. Every morning at precisely 7 a.m., Baxter would wake up his owner, Mrs. Penelope Hargrove, by dropping her slipper strategically atop her nose. It was a foolproof method that never failed to get her up, sometimes in a less than graceful fashion. Once Mrs. Hargrove was upright, it was breakfast time. Baxter, being the refined fellow he was, insisted on having his meals served in the fine china that was usually reserved for holiday dinners. He claimed barkfully that kibbles tasted better when presented elegantly, a culinary philosophy that Mrs. Hargrove didn't quite understand but humored nonetheless. After breakfast, Baxter wore his favorite bow tie before heading to the window for his patrol of the front lawn. The mailman knew better than to entice Baxter into chasing him. Instead, they had a quirky tradition where the mailman would toss a dog biscuit onto the porch as a peace offering, enabling him to enter the bewared sidewalk unharmed. Baxter's afternoons were dedicated to his studies in the Backyard Philosophers' Society, a title he generously awarded himself. His small yet profound observations included why humans insisted on wearing clothes, the mystery of cats, and the ultimate question, where were all the buried bones? Evenings brought Baxter's culinary creativity to the forefront as he experimented with his gastronomic canvases, arranging his leftover kibbles artistically, while occasionally working with bizarre ingredients like grass clippings or the odd garden snail. Mrs. Hargrove would occasionally sit in the evenings to document the daily escapades of her whimsical beagle, chuckling to herself that Baxter's stories were more entertaining than any book she had ever read. As the clock struck 9 p.m., it was time for Baxter's dream patrol, where he ensured the household spirits were at peace before finally curling up on his plump little bed, dreaming of culinary perfections and philosophical ponderings. Baxter's routine was far from the mundane. It was filled with hilarity, creativity, and a dash of the extraordinary, much like Baxter himself.